We all know sex sells.
It will leave your hair walking.
And increasingly, sex sells to women.
Here's to meeting guys in bars.
Perhaps it's the cultural influence of Carrie Bradshaw and her posse.
Look! Oh, I thought it would be all scary and weird, but it isn't. It's pink for girls.
Or maybe the success of Sex and the City spoke to a deeper cultural change for women.
Women who are interested in this stuff have been interested in it all along. There have just been more people who have come along to try to cater with product and acknowledging what they want and what they're interested in.
The sexual revolution may have started 40 years ago with women burning their bras, but as the movie Stud Hunter dramatizes, female sexuality has come a long way, baby.
2, 4, 6, 8. Lousy porn is what we hate.
Stop for a minute and consider. Pornography is a $10 billion industry, much of it online. And 1 out of 3 consumers of online porn are women. According to some estimates, 9.4 million women a month. Point and click, and you'll find that women are changing what's on offer.
Sophie, stop it. You gotta stop this.
XXX movies are no longer dominated by the Y chromosome. You know, the kind of movies where the pizza guy shows up.
Hi! Pizza! Yay!
Fresh and tasty.
Nice and hot.
And that's pretty much it for the plot.
Having been in some adult movies in my late 20s, I got a first-hand look at what they were really like.
Candida Royale wasn't inclined to watch the kind of films she starred in 25 years ago.
There's no foreplay, and there's just no build-up. There's no real communication and tenderness.
Get upstairs.
It's just very direct. We're gonna have sex, and it's really hardcore and gymnastic.
She was among the first to sense how videotape and later the internet would change things, how CD peep shows would become a thing of the past. Royale was among the first to spot a profitable new market.
Started off very softly.
Pornography made with a woman's touch.
And when I went to some of the top companies in Los Angeles, they were all kind of very patronizing. Nice idea, Candida, but women aren't into this sort of thing, and I knew they were wrong.
History is proving her right. Her movies, and those of other women directors, are less goal-oriented, avoiding what she calls misogynist predictability.
Hello? Anybody home?
For instance, take the porn classic The Devil in Mr. Holmes. Just 26 seconds of setup till the first sex scene. And the sex is over in under a minute, 42 seconds flat.
Thank you, dear. Send in the next patient.
Compare that to director Nika Noel's The Stepmother, Sinful Seductions. 7 minutes, 32 seconds of plot before the clothes even come off. And the sex goes on for 32 minutes.
There's usually some conflict, something preventing them from just acting on their feelings immediately. There's a lot of kissing. There's a lot of looking into each other's eyes.
The actors are often partners in real life. The male stars more attractive, the women less artificially enhanced. And the scenes tend not to end with a bang.
There's always afterplay, and you don't see the guy just falling asleep. You don't just cut to black. There's always I love yous and giggling, laughing. I love you.
Women aren't just transforming porn, they're changing the places it's sold. On King Street in Old Town, Alexandria, Virginia, one of the most successful new shops opened this year is Latash.
We sell lingerie, lotions, personal lubricants. We sell erotic toys, and we sell DVDs. 60%
of the customers are women. Keep in mind, Old Town is known for quaint cobblestone streets. George and Martha Washington stopped here.
You think George Washington is rolling over in his grave?
No, I've said it before. I thought George Washington would have shopped here. You know, he did fight for liberty.
Surprisingly, most of the locals seem to take the place in stride.
As long as it doesn't attract undesirable people.
Or as Queen Victoria said, and it doesn't startle the horses.
Some of the stuff in there might startle the horses.
Well, then it's a problem.
High-end sex shops like Latash may still turn a few heads in Alexandria, but across the country in San Francisco, they're old news. Good Vibrations has been around 30 years, run by women for women, selling the latest sex toys. Business has grown steadily, 20% year after year. Even during the recession, sales are up 11%.
San Francisco might well be the capital city of this kind of sexual exploration, and certainly being open about it as we are.
And not judgmental.
And non-judgmental.
So perhaps it's no surprise that San Francisco is home to what may be the cutting edge of female sexploration. The One Taste Urban Retreat.
Downward facing dog.
Not your average yoga studio. At One Taste, 15 minutes of yoga is just the warm-up. There's also 15 minutes of quiet meditation.
Becoming an explorer of the breath.
Also a warm-up. When the bell sounds again, the gloves go on the men, the pants come off the women, and soon the studio erupts in female ecstasy. At One Taste, they do this at least once every single day.
I mean, it kind of looks like a yoga class.
Doesn't it?
But with a much different finish.
Yeah.
15 minutes?
15 minutes.
That's a lot of orgasm.
That's a lot of orgasm. Yeah.
For an outsider, it's uncomfortable to watch, but the participants seem to enjoy sharing. After, they sit in a circle and talk about it.
There was a moment in the meditation where I had this sensation of the Big Bang.
A burst of citrus orange.
I stayed in the silence of between breaths.
You have to go to work now?
Yes.
I mean, it's an unusual way to start your Monday.
Oh, it's the best way to start a Monday.
Most of these people have day jobs.
I'm a creative director at an advertising agency.
I actually work for the city and county of San Francisco.
This is just a way of saying, like, you know what? Every single day, just for 15 minutes of my life, I'm going to take time out for myself and my partner, and we're going to take that time and make that the foundation of our lives, this connection.
But she knows the very idea of it is controversial.
Is there a danger, if you take all of the baggage out of it, of turning it into just something clinical?
It's not been my experience. I don't know.
Turning sex into a spinning class.
It's not a replacement for love or romance or sexuality within a relationship. It's a way to begin to feel each other at this really essential level.
Dedone says when they started One Taste 2 years ago, only men turned up. But when they shifted the emphasis to the female orgasm, the crowd started to balance out.
During this time while the economy is crashing, more and more people are flooding in than ever before because I think a lot of people are discovering that a lot of the rules that they believed in aren't working.
Here at One Taste, women are writing a new set of rules. And if you're tempted to say only in San Francisco, think again. One Taste recently opened a second outpost in New York. I'm David Wright for Nightline in San Francisco.